His name is Mac Powell, and you know him as a highway find here in his song Mississippi that we have been playing a lot on the highway. But also you may know him as the front man for the multi-award-winning. When I say multi-award, we're talking like 40 Doves, 4 Grammys, American Music Awards, just the list goes on.
On and on.
20-year history with the band Third Day. It is my pleasure to welcome Mac Powell and his band to our Music City Theater. How you doing, Mac?
Man, I'm tired and I need some lunch. Let's get something to eat.
We were just talking barbecue before we
right.
started this hang time. And just if you're coming to Nashville, I'll just share it with the world right here. If you want the best barbecue in town, there's a little dive called Hog Heaven off West End Avenue. Go to it. People tell you to go to Jack's. That's great, and some other places. But Hog Heaven is the way to go, and that's where Mac and his guys are going to go as soon as the
problem is now we're
ends.
going to play everything in double time to get it over with, to get over to Hog Heaven.
That rumbling you hear is all of their stomachs right now. How excited are you to get this dream project out there?
Yeah, really excited. It's something that I've wanted to do ever since I was a little kid, but really in the past 7 years or so, it's really kind of kicked in. A thing that I tried to put it off and thought, no, I can't do that. I don't have time for it and all those things. But, you know, when you've got a dream on your heart, you got to get around to following through with that dream. And so
it'll just eat at you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it was doing. You know, I was talking to my publicist earlier today saying I already regret not doing it, a few years back. And I don't want to look at, being 50 or 60 years old down the road and going, why did I never do that? And so Jason's here playing mandolin. Say, hey, Jay.
How y'all doing?
Jason Horde.
That's right. And so we got together and started working on some songs a little over a year ago.
Which is neat. This isn't like just your personal journey, your personal quest. Both of you guys worked together and came from the same inspirations.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jason grew up about an hour south of where I'm from.
In Alabama.
No, he's in Georgia.
You're in Atlanta now.
Yeah. I'm from Alabama. I moved over in high school to Marietta, which is right outside of Atlanta. Right. And so Jason grew up born and bred in Griffin, Georgia. All these boys are actually that are here playing with me. Yeah.
What is it about Georgia? More music is coming out of that state than I've ever seen.
We got nothing else to do, man. You either ride a tractor, race a car,
or pick something, or end up in jail.
In the pen.
We chose the music, or it chose us. I don't know, but yeah, it's a thing that we've wanted to do for a long time. And Jason's been playing with us in Third Day for a couple of years now. And so just out on the road, whenever we had time, we'd start working on some songs. And then we started demoing those songs. And he is such a great producer that those demos were turning into the records. So, and here we are now.
We're going to talk a lot more about the inspiration behind this project, about your career, obviously about the music, but we're going to listen to a song right now. Let's get the music going. And this is the song that actually kicked the album off when its release this past August. It's called Junebug. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's a song that it's funny. Sometimes I don't want to talk about songs because I don't want it to change somebody's perception of what they think the song's about.
Well, then just play it.
Okay. But I will say I wrote it for my little 9-year-old. Her name is Cammie Love, and she was born in June, so this is called Junebug.
Oh, very sweet. It's Mac Powell on the highway.
Junebug, Junebug, what you gonna do, bug? Tell me where you're going when the sun goes down. Junebug, Junebug, do you wanna have fun? Come on over, baby, let me show you how. Yeah, Junebug grew up right down the road where I came from in a southern town. Good-looking mama, hard-working papa, fell in love for the very first time. Yeah. Well, the way she walks and the way she talks, well, I wanna be holding her hand. With a pretty little smile and a big blue eyes, Junebug, I wanna be your man. Yeah. All right. Well, Junebug, she plays hard to get, and man, I bet she'll break your heart, but I won't give up on my Junebug. I fell in love, she's all I want. Yeah. Well, the way she walks and the way she talks, well, I wanna be holding her hand. With a pretty little smile and a big blue eyes, Junebug, I wanna be your man. June bug, what you gonna do, bug? Tell me where you're going when the sun goes down. June bug, do you wanna have fun? Come on over, baby, let me show you how, yeah. With the way she walks and the way she talks, well, I wanna be holding her hand. With a pretty little smile and a big blue eyes, June bug, I wanna be your man. Oh, June bug, I wanna be your
Wow, Mac Powell. That's Junebug. That's you listen to the soul of that. You could just see almost the weeping willows and everything from the swamps in the south. Just
Song of
coming
the
out of
South.
there. You hear the echoes of Travis Tritt, and even today we got Randy Houser, and all of you guys come from the same kind of roots. What is it that builds that sound, that gravel, that soul?
You know, that's a great question. I don't know what it is. It's something about being in the South, and of course that's all I know. So maybe I could say the same thing if I was born in Ohio or whatever. But there's just something about being down there and the music that people listen to and the food that you eat and just the culture, your family, your faith, all those things kind of mixed together in a good old stew that tastes good. So we're happy to be part of it.
Well, we're happy to have that voice in country music because, I mean, it doesn't come along often enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, thanks. So, a lot of people, when I was growing up, a lot of people, especially in my high school years and college years, a lot of people were saying, man, you sound a lot like Travis Tritt. And it got the kind of that strong baritone voice. And he lives about 20, 25 minutes from me. So I do think there's some sort of creek that both he and I drank out of. Yeah, that's got some kind of golden elixir in it. I don't know.
Sir.
We'll start bottling that stuff. Absolutely. From your Third Day fans, how receptive were they to this venture?
Very receptive. There's always going to be a couple of fans that are scared of something new. But I've really reassured my fans and let them know, look, I'm not leaving Third Day. I love Third Day. I'm having more fun with Third Day than I ever have before. And we've been together for 20 years now. Yeah. And I just appreciate it more than ever. But also have this other thing on my heart that I've really wanted to do for so long, that it's so great to now get that out of my system and to just go out on the road and to play this music for people. And as long as I reassured them and reassured the fans that, look, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just playing some more music. Sure. It's everybody's enjoyed it. The overwhelming majority of fans have gotten in touch with me and said, man, I love the record. A lot of people saying, I don't listen to country music, but now you've made me a country music fan, so that makes me feel good.
Yeah, some artists who have done a similar jump have gotten beaten up. Amy Grant, I remember when she did into the pop world. I mean, she got hammered.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be a fine line and a balance that you have to walk. There's a responsibility with a 20-year history of being one of the world's largest Christian bands, and then to come into country music, which is drinking, cheating, all this kind of stuff. I mean, lyrically, you had to walk a fine line.
Yeah, it was, and there is that side of country music, but there's so much about country music, and we'll talk more about it later, I think, that's faith and family and people feeling good about living in America and just the culture of that. So there's a lot of great things, and there's it's given me as a songwriter a really cool outlet to write some different things that I wouldn't write with Third Day.
And I read that you've had a bunch of songs that just never quite fit the Third Day realm, and that some of those you're drawing on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we start out, and in fact, I had probably half a dozen, if not a dozen, ideas to start working on. But then when I came here to Nashville and I started working with a good friend, Brett James, I started writing with him. The things that we were coming up with were a lot better than the other previous ideas I had. And then Jason and I started writing together too, and so I ended up having, I don't know how many songs are on the record, 12 songs, 11 or 12, something like that. Yeah. But they were all a lot better than what I had been had for a long time. So,
Brett's an amazing writer.
Man.
Jesus Take the Wheel, Out Last Night, and about 9 million other number one hits for country. And great guy, too.
Yeah, great. That's the thing I was going to say, is that he's not only is he just super talented individual, and he's got an amazing voice. I don't think people realize.
He had his own career for a long time.
Has a great voice. great writer, but his heart, man, he has such a great heart for people. So it was great hanging out with him.
All right, Mac Powell is our special guest doing a little hang time here in our Music City Theater in Nashville. Song number 2, it's called Julia Ann.
Yeah, Julia Ann is a song that I wrote for my grandmother. She passed away when I was in high school, and I grew up with her, and she taught me a lot. And I kind of write, as a songwriter, I tried to write the song in a way where, well, I don't want to ruin it. Let's talk about it a little bit afterwards.
Yeah, don't ask Mac to talk about his music. He just wants to play it, all right?
That's
It's Mac
right.
Powell on the highway.
Julia Ann, well, I can't believe you left me long before I had the chance to tell you just how much I truly love you, Julia Ann. And if I had you in my arms again, well, I know just what I do. You know I truly love you, Julia Ann. Yeah. How could I forget you? You're in my heart and soul. And ever since I met you, I knew that you would go. Well, I guess it's true what they all say. It's better to have loved and lost than never loved at all. Julia Ann, I can't believe you left me long before I had the chance to tell you just how much I truly love you, Julia Ann. And if I had you in my arms again, well, I know just what I do. You know I truly love you, Julia Ann. Wasn't easy, but I wish that you had stayed. Well, you're better off without me, still it hurts me every day. Well, I guess it's true what they all say. You don't know what you got till it's gone, and you're left there all alone. Julia Ann, and I can't believe you left me long before I had the chance to tell you just how much I truly love you, Julia Ann. And if I had you in my arms again, well, I know just what I do. You know I truly love you. Well, you're in my heart and in my soul, and I wish I had you here to hold. But you left this world, and all I have is memories of the life you lived and what we had. Julia Ann, I want you back, but I know you're in a better place. Just wait for me, Julia Ann. I can't believe you left me long before I had the chance to tell you just how much I truly love you, Julia Ann. And if I had you in my arms again, well, I know just what I do. You know I truly love you, Julia Ann. Oh, 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 Julia Ann. Oh, oh,
It's obvious faith and family are huge, no matter whether you're singing with Third Day or doing this country solo project. Those still are high priorities.
Yeah, that's who I am. Somebody was asking me a question about a month ago. How do you do this country music thing where it kind of represents something, and then you do the Christian thing, and it almost seems like it's opposite, but it really, to me, it's not.
You've kept the themes there on both sides.
Absolutely. And I think musically, it's not really a lot different than some things that people have heard from me with Third Day. I'm able to put a little bit more mandolin and banjo and those kinds of things in it, fiddle and steel guitar. But also, just musically, this is giving me an outlet that, I talk about as a songwriter, but musically also to do some, this is the kind of music that I really, I kind of push Third Day to kind of go that way more. And the rest of the guys like, no, rock, which is great. And I love that too. But it's fun to, I was talking earlier on this record that I made, the solo record, is really kind of a good combination of a little bit of rock and a little bit of country because it's like a good Reese's Cup's got chocolate and peanut butter, and you mix it together, you can't beat it. So that's what I hope the record is for a lot of people.
There was a rock band called the Verve Pipe a few years ago.
Yeah,
Brian Vander Ark was the lead singer of that, and he went through this thing where he just went with the band, the rock thing, and just got so overwhelmed with it, and that he truly found himself when he stripped everything back, picked up an acoustic guitar, and go into these roots. I'm finding a little bit of similarities going on here.
Yeah, it's and the other thing is like working with the guys in Third Day, which is to have a little cheap plug here. We have a new record coming out really soon, and we made a record with one of the biggest rock producers of all time, a guy named Brendan O'Brien, and he's worked with Stone Temple Pilots and Pearl Jam and Bruce Springsteen, and you go on and on down this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame career that he has. And it was amazing making that record with him, but it's a very rock, and rock pop record. And this is kind of turns on a different part of my brain, and I love it.
And it could only help Third Day down the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
hopefully,
the doors that it's open.
Yeah, I hope I make some new fans on the countryside, and they're going to go back and listen to some Third Day stuff. So yeah, it's going to be great for everybody.
Everybody wins. Mac Powell is our special guest, doing a little hang time here on SiriusXM's The Highway from our Music City Theater in Nashville. This next song you're going to play, a little while ago, we were at the Inspirational Country Music Awards.
Yeah.
And you performed this on the stage there. And I loved, you can read into this song whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you need out of this song is there. And I love it. And it's called Carry You. Did I get that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a song. Actually, every song on my record that's on the record started out as an idea that I came up with, and then I presented to some other writers to help me finish, except for this song. And this was a song that Heath over here, you can't see him now.
Yes,
we're on
right.
radio, but
We're on the
he's to
radio.
my left.
Yeah.
He's a handsome man.
Yeah, he is
Thank
a
you. I
good-looking
appreciate
man
that.
with a voice of an angel.
Oh, you're kind.
Yeah, but he came up with this idea, Carry You, and shared it with Jason, and you hear Jason tuning his mandolin there.
He's kind of interrupting this whole vibe here.
I can't. I lost my train of thought.
Okay, you know what? I'll stop.
But so edit point. But Heath came up with this idea, shared it with Jason, and Jason was like, "Man, you should really look at this song. It's a really great song." And they hadn't quite finished it yet, but most of it was there. And I said, "Man, I don't really want to, have somebody else's ideas. I'd rather them be my ideas as my record." So I
You
want
know
to
that
do
was
it.
our strategy, right? I'm like, and I honestly said this to him. I said, if we finish it, he might pass. If we leave him some room to write and get his little heart in it.
Yeah, they
won't
let
be able
me
to turn
come
it
up.
down.
They let me
That's
come
the
up with
truth.
like a line. I think it was what it was. But we sat down and I heard the song and I went, I got to sing that song. And it's rare that somebody can write a song that I feel like I can just sing right away. And this was definitely one of those songs. And you want to talk about the song for a second, Heath?
Man, yeah, I guess just credit to my beautiful wife. It kind of came from that, just a promise to her that, through the ups and downs, the vows, everything I said, I meant that whole deal. And yeah, so that's kind of where it came from.
There you.
But it could be about anything you want it to be.
It sure could. It sure could.
Yep.
Let's rock it.
Carry You.
Two.
I see all the pain in your eyes, and I know all the tears that you've cried. And baby, I ain't that kind of man that's gonna leave you here with empty hands. Will you let me be the one when your hope is gone? 'Cause I'm never gonna walk away, I won't let go, don't be afraid. Through the hardest times and pain you'll find I'll carry you. I'm not saying that it won't get tough, I'll be right here when you've had enough. And when your darkest day is gone and you can't carry on, I'll carry you, yeah. I'll carry you. much more. And baby, I ain't that kind of man, and I hope that you will understand. I'm gonna be the one when your hope is gone. 'Cause I'm never gonna walk away, I won't let go. Don't be afraid. Through the hardest times and pain, you'll find I'll carry you. I'm not saying that it won't get tough. I'll be right here when you've had enough, and when your darkest day is come and you can't carry on, I'll carry you. Oh, when you can't carry on, I will carry you. I'm never gonna walk away, I won't let go. Don't be afraid. Through the hardest times and pain, you'll find I'll carry you. I'm not saying that it won't get tough. I'll be right here when you've had enough, and when your darkest day has come and you can't carry on, I'll carry you. Yeah, I'll carry you. I will carry you. Yeah, I'm gonna carry you.
This is a blast. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You know, Mac, you live in Atlanta now. You have 5 kids, but you look at the names and you see that there's been country inspiration, even blending into your family life. Talk about that and where those the country roots come from.
Yeah, my oldest is 13. Her name is Scout, and we got Scout from the great Southern book To Kill a Mockingbird.
Right.
Written by Harper Lee, who's from Alabama too. Let's see. My second is a boy. He's 10 years old. His name is Johnny Cash Powell.
Named after who?
Jim Cash. Yeah, yeah. Named after Johnny Cash. I remember right after Johnny Cash passed away. I went to John Carter Cash. I saw him at the Grammys, and I said, I'd kind of worked up my courage and said, I just want to tell you how much I know you've heard it a million times. Your dad has had a huge influence on me and my music and in life, so much so that I just had a little boy, and I named him Johnny Cash, and he looked at me and went, all right, good. The thing is John Carter's a great guy.
Just a pretty low-key guy.
He's low-key, and he's probably heard that 500
7 million times. Yeah,
exactly. So it's like, here we go, another Johnny Cash in the world, whatever.
Country has been part of your life. This is nothing new. I just got to reiterate that. Talk about you as a kid, how country blended into your life.
Yeah, growing up, as I said, in Alabama, it's just, you've always been around it. And I don't know if I said this earlier or not. My parents both play guitar and they both sing, and so literally since I could talk, I was singing. Yeah. And just I can remember we grew up close to Lake Mitchell down in central Alabama, and we'd go to the river. We'd call it the river. And we'd go down there and just on the weekends with all our family, cousins, uncles, Papa and Granny, everybody get down there, and just my dad would start playing, we'd start singing. And of course, when you're from Alabama and you're growing up in the 80s, early 90s, you're going to listen to Alabama, you know?
Right.
And so I kind of looked at Randy Owen as this guy that I just kind of looked up to, as far as that's how you do it.
He was a superhero.
Oh, man. And still is.
Still is.
Still is. And that's why I got a beard, basically, to...
and he shaved his off.
Oh, no, you got to be kidding me. Well, he's got a mustache still, but maybe that'll be my next move. But,
That look good.
but it would look good. But he's a guy that, you know, I would see on TV all the time and hear him on the radio all the time, and I go, that's how a lead singer should that's how it's done.
Yeah.
And so I took a lot of, you know, if you see any kind of moves on stage or things that I say, I probably
commands
copied
the stage.
Yeah, I probably copied a lot of them from him. And man, there's so many great artists. You know, when I was growing up, a lot of really, really strong vocalists. Kenny Rogers. I mean, just the voice doesn't get a lot better
Ronnie
than that.
Millsap.
Ronnie Millsap was another one. We were listening to Ronnie Millsap the other day about his greatest hits, just going through looking at all the great songs.
I got chills just thinking about it. It's almost like a song. Man.
Once in every life.
Stop
I mean,
it.
it's crazy.
He's so final note. Is
Man,
one of the biggest
Ronnie,
things ever.
if you're listening, I love you so much.
We all do.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, he just had a new record, and we listened to. He's got a new song.
He's pointing to his buddy Jason there.
Yeah. He's got a new. What was his new song that we listened to?
Country Again.
Country Again. We listened to seriously 50 times on the bus. It was so good. That's a new song, so he's still doing great.
He's nailing it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we sing along with him and try to
try to get
live
that.
through him
You
and
can't.
get- You
You
can't.
can't.
You
No,
can't.
it's
Try to
just
sing along with Ronnie Millsap. That's
too
a good.
good.
There's
We'll
a
just
good
start
game right there.
testifying.
Too good.
All right, so Mac, you're from Alabama, but the song we're about to play is actually called Mississippi. I
Yeah.
mean, that's you can't do that, can you?
Well, I think once you hear the song, you'll understand where I'm coming from.
And it's a song you know well, listeners of the Highway. One of our Highway finds. It's taken off like wildfire, and can't thank you enough for the support of this song. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because you know why? We were talking about this at the awards the other night. It's a math lesson.
Yes.
It's a spelling lesson. It's a
is.
geography lesson.
All mixed in
all
there.
wrapped into one. It's so educational, Mac.
There's a good Southern education there. That's right.
See, when it comes on the radio, homeschool moms can count this
That's
song
it.
as credit if their
You
kids
could
are saying
actually
along.
cash it in as homework.
Right.
This is Mac Powell. The song is called Mississippi on the Highway.
Baby, why you wanna play all those games? You're driving me crazy, gonna go insane. But now I got a new game that's for you. Yeah, this one you're gonna lose, yeah. Close your eyes and count to 10. You're never gonna see me back again. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, and I'm gone. 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, it ain't gonna take too long. 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, you treating me wrong. By the time you get to 10 Mississippi, I'm gonna be long gone. Yeah. All right. Baby, why you wanna treat me so bad? You know I'm the best that you ever had. Now I'm gonna tell you what we'll do. Gonna change up this game on to you, yeah. Close your eyes and count to 10. You're never gonna see me back again. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, and I'm gone. 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, it ain't gonna take too long. 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, you treating me wrong. By the time you get to 10 Mississippi, I'm gonna be long gone. Yeah, long gone. I'm gonna be long gone. Close your eyes and count to 10. You're never gonna see me back again. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, and I'm gone. 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, and I ain't gonna take too long. 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, you treat me wrong. By the time you get to 10 Mississippi, I'm gonna be long gone. I'm gonna be long gone. I'm gonna be long gone. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the way we spell it down south now. M-I, crooked little I, crooked little I, on back, I. M-I, crooked little I, crooked little I, on back, I. M-I, crooked little I, crooked little I, on back, I. Woo! Yeah!
How we do it
Yes,
in
sir.
Georgia?
Wow, Mississippi, Mac Powell on the highway, doing a little hang time from our Music City Theater. I've been looking forward to hearing that one live for a long time.
That is a hard song to sing, man.
So cool and so educational, as we mentioned before.
That's right. You got your spelling test, you got your geography test,
You got math.
It's
It's all
We have this conversation about the cheeseburger quite often, about it being the best food.
Because you
It's
got
all in one.
your
It's
meat
all in
group,
one.
your
You got veggies.
Yeah, you got it all
Yeah, oh,
there
yeah.
together.
Your dairy.
Dairy with mayonnaise in there,
There
right?
you go,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you.
And
yes.
cheese.
And cheese.
And
Yeah,
cheese, you
that's
got
good
it all
for you.
wrapped into one.
And the special sauce if you get the Big Mac, crazy.
Yes,
Which
sir.
is its own food group.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Talk about how Darius Rucker actually opened this window, blew this door open for you to have the confidence to make this leap.
Yeah, I've never had the honor of meeting Darius Rucker, but of course to listen to his music through the years.
Similar vocal stylings
Yeah,
as well.
very similar vocal stylings. He's from Charleston, which is not that far from Atlanta, and that creek that ran through the backyard of my yard and Travis Tritt might have made it down to South Carolina.
The spring
as well.
might be up there.
That's right, exactly. Maybe it started there. But when we first started out in the band with Third Day, when we first came out, a lot of people thought we were similar to Hootie and the Blowfish just because of my voice and kind of that very American rock kind of thing.
Sure.
And so through the years, I've really just kind of watched them from afar and listened to their music and loved them. And then when he made the country record, I thought, man, it gave me the confidence to kind of move forward with my dream too, and to kind of because you're in a rock band, think, well, you can't do that. And so he showed me that it can be done. Sure. And so Darius, if
With
you're out there,
respect.
yeah. Absolutely.
That's the coolest thing about his leap into this. He did it the same way you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's just you meet the songwriters in town, you show respect, you show your true roots, and this town will embrace you. It's the ones that try to bulldoze their way in that tend to get shown the door very quickly.
Yeah, and that's very understandable because, to me, country music is American music. It really is. That's even more so today than probably ever before.
Sure.
It's got this great, just like we were talking about earlier, this combination of all kinds of, you got a little touch of bluegrass, a little touch of rock, a little touch of this and that, and all of it mixed together for a really good stew. And I think that's why so many people try to make country records, because they think, well, I can do this, so I can do country music too. And it's not always true. But I had to at least try to do it. And so glad that I'm here now.
And today's country music is such a stew of everything from the Bob Seger era, the Eagles era, all the way through traditional country. Everything is all rolled into this. And
Absolutely.
Comes through on your album. We're talking to Mac Powell, doing a little hang time here in our Music City Theater. Speaking of stews, I think you have a little bit of soup to pour on us for your last song.
When we do, we've been out for a couple of months now doing live shows, and we do this little medley, and this is a great example to people. All of us here on this little stage here, we grew up in church, and so we grew up singing country music, but singing gospel music as well. And this is kind of a great way to show you that those things definitely go together. And so we're going to start off this little medley. It goes like that.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. All right, I grew up in Alabama, the home of Hank Williams Sr. He wrote this great song. Wandered so aimless, a life full of sin, I wouldn't let my dear Savior in. Then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Yeah, here we go. Well, I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Mr. Matthew Bailey. Sounds good. Oh man, that sounds good, Matthew. Now, Mr. Jason Horde, you gotta sing a song for everybody.
I hear the train a coming, it's rolling round a bend, and I ain't seen that sunshine since I don't know when, but I'm stuck in Folsom prison. Time keeps dragging on, and that train keeps rolling on down the sad ass.
Everybody, come on now. break it down just a little bit. Mr. Heath,
Yes, sir.
I need you to sing all the good men and women, boys and girls out there
Okay.
listening. They want to hear a good old gospel tune.
I know the one.
You got it?
I think so. Here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh no, I once was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. Take it, Mac.
I once was lost. I once was lost, yeah, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Yeah, all right.
Little halftime version too in there.
I got to share one quick story here in Johnny Cash, and we were talking Johnny Cash earlier.
Yeah.
One of the most memorable moments I've ever had in my life was standing, filming a group picture that was being taken in Branson, Missouri, of all the entertainers who had theaters there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Cash, Mel Tillis, Roy Clark, Mickey Gilley, they were all gathered around. And just before the picture was about to be taken, the sun was setting over the lake, and then all of a sudden Johnny picks up a guitar and starts playing I Saw the Light.
Oh, man.
And all the entertainers started singing along. I will never
gosh.
forget that moment. So sorry, I just had to share
No,
that
man,
story. When
that's
you started
unbelievable.
singing that, I was like, oh, wow.
That's a thing that will stay in your memory forever.
Absolutely.
That's a great memory.
Just like this hang time with Mac Powell. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Thank
Thanks,
you so
Stormy.
much for singing and for this for diving into country music.
Thank you, man.
We've missed you.
Well, I appreciate it. It's good to be here. It really is.
Cool. Mac Powell doing a little hang time. Album in stores at this very moment. Go get it. I'm Stormy Warren. This is The High.